Come warm yourself around the fire that is Baseball Scotland. A slightly wind-swept Edinburgh as we welcome a top-of-the-table clash between the Tayport Breakers and the Edinburgh Cannons. Tayport as our visitors, and the Cannons looking to cut back the lead that the Tayport have broken out. We're just past the halfway mark in the season, and there's a lot to play for. The main one, of course, is to get the highest up the table, to get the seeding, to get home advantage by the time we come round to the post-season. Breakers on an 8-0 record so far. Cannons 7-2, just 1.5 games behind. So there can be a very big swing here. If the Cannons take it, it can be a strong establishing lead to go into the back half of the season if you are the Breakers. The Cannons taken to the field to be playing in white with red trim. Breakers are blue tops and grey trousers and yellow trim. And we'll just take a look down who we're going to be looking at through the Regulation 7 here in Edinburgh. Opening up for the Tayport Breakers will be left fielder Paul Gardner, followed by starting pitcher Shinyin Lai, and third base Ethan Dyke will be your 1, 2, 3. Luis Marino, shortstop at 4, Patrick Schrempf, second base at 5, and Mikey McDonald, centre fielder at 6 is the centre of the order. Closing out, catcher David Farr at 7, first base Juan Suarez at 8, and your Lantern Rouge right fielder Stefan Voina at number 9. Teams can play with 9 or 10 in the order here at Baseball Scotland. Breakers choosing to go with 9. Cannons going with 10, and obviously we will get to their batting order for the bottom of the first, but defensive alignments for the Cannons across the top, left, centre, right. Kit Searle, Ediso Barrios, and Jack Vickerman as your left centre. Ryan Miguel Del Rosario is your shortstop. 3-2-1 Ted Rogers across the middle. Ivan Hernandez, Alex Pujols, and Steve Silverberg. Silverberg at first, Pujols at second, Hernandez at third. Your catcher is Rory Dunn, and pitching for the Edinburgh Cannons will be Garrett Stell. Umpires for the game today. 2 umpire crew. Paul Convoy is going to be behind the plate, and Justin Grant will be in the outfield. One other AAA game today. That was the Edinburgh Rays and the Edinburgh Diamond Devils. And that game is over now, and the final score there was the Edinburgh Rays 1, Edinburgh Diamond Devils 15. So the win there going to the Devils. Final warm-up pitch is being thrown by Garrett Stell. Stell losing picture when the Breakers met the Cannons in the 7th of June. It's the only meeting that they've had so far this season. Cannons 0, Breakers 2, final score there. Stell, pitch 5.1 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, and 11 strikeouts. Opposing pitcher then was Avon Fletcher. And Fletcher not available for the Breakers today, so it will be Shinyin Lai as their starting pitcher. Back at the top of June, it was Ethan Dyke who was in relief, and Dyke is playing today, so that's potentially your relief pitcher. Kit Searle was relief in the 7th of June for the Cannons. Searle also available for the Cannons, so expect to see them later on in the game. We do have the pitch count, of course. 100 pitch limit. Once you hit that, you finish the at-bat you're on, and that's it. Great big hook takes you off, and the relief will go in. So we're getting ready to go underway here at the Bobby Thompson Memorial Field here at Warriston Park, playing fields in the north of Edinburgh. Your 1, 2, 3 for the Tayport Breakers. Paul Gardner leading off, Shinyin Lai and Ethan Dick. And and Ethan Dyke will be 3. So you lead off Gardner, Lai, and Dyke. Snell gets ready to go underway, and for those of you keeping track at home, our first pitch is at 14:08. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Snell gives the Cannons that first very small bit of momentum. And we hear Ewan Spence on the microphone, Reuben Hustler in the truck doing the production. Snell goes off speed and low. 1-1. Defense for the Cannons. Watches another one go inside low from Snell. Gardner works his way ahead in the count. Infield playing relatively tight here. Close to the lines. Swing and a miss. Takes the count equal high. Two and two. Snell pitching, Dunn catching. Contact but foul. High up and over. We have a full car park today, so we can play guess what the car is, and from this distance I'm thinking it's a Seat in an interesting bottle green, dark bottle green colour. Anyway, turn round, back to the game. Let's do it all again. Count is equal high. 2 and 2. Strike 3 called on the inside corner. Gardner glance back. There's out number 1. Snell threw 11 strikeouts when he played the Breakers back at the start of June. We'll come in now immediately. Not immediately, number 2, but we do get our pitcher-pitcher matchup now. Chinyan Lai receiving, Snell sending. And we open up 1-0. Momentum this time starts off with the Tayport Breakers. Breeze comes in, as does the pitch, and goes bottom of the zone for an equal low count of 1-1. Still at 2.1 ERA for the season. And that's wide and high. Live goes back ahead in the count. Ethan Dyke warming up on deck. And it's another hefty wide from Snell. He can do that straight off, just a bad release coming through there. Takes the count to 3-1. Infield smoothed out just a little bit more here. And the walk is drawn. No. So, knocking on the door at 3-2. Something's got to happen. Take your picks, folks. Foul out or action. What are we going to see? It's going to be action, and the action is hefty inside. And the first base runner for Tayport, Chinyan Lai, drawing the walk out of Garrett Snell. Just the 4 walks previously when it was Cannons at Breakers. And we go the other way around now. Ethan Dyke, batting left-handed, will be watching for the steal as well from Lai. Hefty swing and a miss there. Dyke hit a home run. A vital swing the last time these teams met, and certainly felt he had the speed and power to go on that one. Lets the next one go. Strike 2. Fly still at first base, not taking a huge lead. Snell's fastball will not be affected as much by the wind, but the off speeds will be. That's called inside. 1 and 2. Silverberg on first base for the Cannons. Staying right on the bang, keeping line close. Hefty wide down the third base line there. Count goes equal high, 2 and 2. Ball 3, got another full count. It's 2 on the trot. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and runner on first. Top of the first, and no score as yet. And that's inside. Ball 4 is taken. Lie started on the steal, but heads back. Everybody's been watching that clip of the Mats getting the walk and then the out at second. So, not this time around. Does that go down to something that the majors can learn from Baseball Scotland? I think it does. Fourth in the lineup for the Tayport Breakers is Luis Marino. Everybody stays steady after that one. Actually, Scottish bingo card for the weather. Swing and a miss, comes in low. Strike is taken. Runners at first and second, top of the first. And that pops up high. It's going to go foul territory. No wall or netting here, so there is always the option, if you're not watching where the markers are, to catch that in the wrong place, carry the ball over, or a long fast throw to first or third will send it out of bounds as well. 1 away so far. Goes inside. Marino questioning. And Scottish maybe's eyes and maybe's no. Hit by pitch is awarded after umpire conference. So 1 away. There we have bases loaded. Cannons under pressure here in the top of the first. Two walks and a hit by pitch. Stell looking to pitch himself out of the jam now. Sends that one in, finds the inside of the zone for strike 1. And Stell just firing out another cricket wide there. Backstop is very close here today in Edinburgh. Golf swing and a miss. That one comes in low. Patrick Schrampf for the Breakers. 100 for the season. Swing and a miss, strike 3, rung up. Second K for Stell. Mikey McDonald for Tayport Breakers now. Tied game. Bases loaded. 2 away. Strike one there. Still loads the base up. Still also has the chance to get those bases cleared and get everybody back to the dugout for the middle of the first if he can. Draws the swing. It's not in two. So one out, bases loaded. Still has a chance. Yep, the Cannons out, the jam. Not two, comes down. Strike three, ring him up, bases loaded, and then everybody back to the dugout. Confidence given by Cannons pitcher who close out the first inning while they are in defense. No hits there, 2 walks and a hit by pitch to get everybody up on base, but none of those converted. So down the line, no hits, no runs, 3 left on base, and no errors charged to the Edinburgh Cannons. So a chance now to look at the lineup that we have for the Cannons. Opening up will be a right fielder Jack Vickerman, second, third baseman Ivan Hernandez, and third will be center fielder Diso Barrios. Middle of the order, shortstop Miguel Del Rosario batting fourth, designated hitter Rocky Siu, first baseman Steve Silverberg, and Garrett Stell, the pitcher, is in there at 7. So it's 4 in the middle of the order. Edinburgh Cannons electing to put a DH in there and have their pitcher back, so it will be 10 in the lineup. Closing that out, left fielder Kate Searle at 8, second base Alec Pujols at 9, and catcher Rory Dunn is your Lantern Rouge at 10. Defensive lineup now for the Tayport Breakers. Left, centre, right at the back, Paul Gardner, Mikey McDonald and Stefan Voina. To left, centre, right. Shortstop will be Luis Marino. Ted Rogers, 3-2-1 across the middle. Ethan Dyke, Patrick Schrampf, and Juan Suarez. Suarez at first, Schrampf at second, Dyke at third. David Farr will be doing the catching and starting pitcher. We've already had our first pitcher, so we've seen him already. Shinyan Alai on the bump in the middle. Both teams at the top of the table and will be looking to set the momentum as we head into the July, April, May, June, July and August for our regular games, with a little bit of spare time if it is needed at the start of September. You can always get involved. baseballscotland.co.uk is our website. There you find the schedules, the matchups, the results, and you get in touch with your local clubs here in Scotland, with clubs in Edinburgh, Glasgow and Tayport just over the water from Dundee. And if playing's not your thing, we've space for umpires, scorers, and the occasional guy behind the microphone. That would be me. Hello. So coming in for the Cannons, Jack Vickerman, Ivan Hernandez, and Adiso Barrios. And as the shadow pulls back, here to the top of the first we go. No score as yet between Tayport Breakers visiting and the Edinburgh Cannons welcoming. Shinyan Lai pitching to David Farr's catching. And it's Vickerman, Hernandez, Barrios and Jack Vickerman to open up. Vickerman getting 2 hits the last time these two met. And of course that time it was coming off Avon Fletcher, and that's a bat out of the hand and into the backstop. Hefty swing coming through there. Fly has a look. Fly's more in movement than speed, but there is a fast ball in there. That one comes up in at head height for another ball. Vickerman 5-17 there, and there's another hit, brings that up and over. It is not going to be a hit that gets anyone there. Stephen Voyna does get that. There's a slide underneath that. It takes the out. Contact made. But no more than that for Vickerman. So both opening batters for the teams unable to convert. Gardner on the strikeout and Vickerman on the fly out. So 1 away. Hernandez comes in. Wind picks up here in Edinburgh. Hernandez leans back out of that one. Outside of the zone. And that's coming back in. Line and deliver.
3 balls, 1 strike.
Oh boy, umpire Paul Convoy with the call. 1 away so far for the Cannons. Comes in high and behind, ball 4. And it's the second batter trying to walk and getting up to first base. Right now, base paths are echoing down both teams. Iso Barrios for the Cannons. Hernandez though does have the fast pair of legs, so steal option is there. Ball 1. This may well end up a game where it's how well the pitchers deal with the wind and how well the base running can get past the 2 defenses. Runner goes, there's the steal, but it's going to go high and long into the foul tree and towards our junior team over there on the other side of the tree down the third base line. Junior team details you'll also find back at our website and baseballscotland.co.uk. And we have juniors over in Glasgow and Edinburgh. Again, website, get involved. You can chat us through Facebook and the team's various Instagrams as well. That's popped up high over and foul. And they're not taking off on that one. Wind comes through again. Runner goes, Hernandez goes for the steal up second for pops up and catches. It's an on-target throw, but it's slow and it's not in time, so that's going to be a successful steal for Hernandez. Gets himself into scoring position. Cannons arguably getting the first bit of defensive base running out of the way. Bases loaded in the first came through pitching. Decision made between lie and far. And it's low, it's in the dirt. Farlook trying to find out where it is, and Hernandez takes the moment to head on down. And he'll take third base on the wild pitch. Bouncing around in the dirt and then just far losing just side of it as it rolls towards the backstop. Hernandez briefly looked at the run down from third to home. I think more in a case of seeing if you could draw the throw, but that wasn't there. Barrios batting again. Lets that one past. Runners on the corners. Another walk drawn, so 4 walks in the game so far. 2 apiece. Miguel Del Rosario, shortstop for the Cannons, is into bat now. No score in the game as yet. 1 away, runners at the corners. Runner goes from first up to second. Throw there is going to be off target. Luis Marino actually just coming in from shortstop to make sure that doesn't go further into the outfield. So 2 in a scoring position. Barrios stealing second. Runners at second and third. First base is open. 1 away. Chen will toss in for a ball on that one. Del Rosario at bat. 458 for the season. Inside and around the shirt collar buttons, no drop on that one. Wind is having its own go. Runner still second and third with first open. Line drive, that is going to be base hit as it bounces into the gap between left and centre field. One is going to come home and it's going to be a dig in there from Barrios as there's the second run that goes over. And it's a 2 RBI double from Miguel Del Rosario. Hits that sharply out into right centre field. Voina on the run, but not enough pace to get there. 2 on the board for the Cannons. And the wind there is coming in from the outfield to the infield. It is gusting a little bit. Swirling around. Let's just check there. Went to the outfield run. Rosario just deeks to try and draw the throw, but it's not a full-on steal attempt there. So he's going to stay scoring position up at second. It's DH Rocky Sue that's in just now. Got a hit off Fletcher in that previous Breakers game. He just disengages and looks back towards second. Let's keep everybody honest. So it was a 2-run game when these teams met in June. It was the Breakers putting up 1 in the bottom of the first that got things underway. And that's going to be a line drive foul. Del Rosario is already on the move, but will I move a little bit slowly back up to second. So you're getting an extra base hit in that game as well. Time call just to get the extra baseballs off of the field of play. get them out of foul territory. See that bat. Reaches down to foul that one off and stays alive on it. Question there, though, is whether he'd prefer to take the wild pitch and see if Del Rosario would head over. Not on 2 on the count. A runner does go, and it's lofted high and long. It's going left centre field, and it's going to be a muffed catch there from Paul Gardner. Del Rosario running back to tag up. He isn't going to advance from second, so it's runners at first and second. Pretty sure that's going to go down as a reach on error. Gardner getting it into the lather, but not getting it secure out there in left field. So 1 away, 2 runs on the board, runners at first and second. 2 runs to the good for the Cannons. Breakers 0, Cannons 2. The wind swirls around Bobby Thompson Memorial Field here once more. That comes in high. Del Rosario up at second, Hugh at first. Runner goes. Successful steal from both of the Cannons base runners. So it's 2 more into scoring position. Del Rosario managed to get both of those home when he was batting. He's now out there in the third, Hugh behind him at second. 1 away. First base is open. Steve Silverberg, left-hander. Base hit here will more than likely bring another run in for the Cannons. That's popped up, but it is going to be foul territory. In fact, out of bounds territory. Foul louder action then. Take your pick. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. It's going to be a grounder up to first, comfortably picked up there by Juan Suarez. 1 run's going to come home. Del Rosario gets over the plate for run number 3. So you heads down to third. Silverberg out on a U3. 2 away. Pitcher time in the other way around now. Garrett Stell receiving. Hinshin Yin Lai sending. Runner at third, 2 away. Base hit will bring run number 4 in, just 90 feet away. Stell waiting calmly, just a slight bounce on the bat. Comes in high. Cannons' gameplay throughout the years has always been to find 1 or 2 big innings. Whether you'd regard 3 runs as a big inning here at Baseball Scotland. Given it was a 2-run game previously and we're top of the table here, those 3 runs will be very much welcome. Base hit for run number 4. It's not happening there. Count goes equal high. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner at third. Breakers 0, Cannons 3. That goes wide. There's a little thinking there from Sue to do any action on the wild pitch, but with 2 outs. And the backstop being incredibly close in. 20 feet. 20 feet if you're being generous. So all the lights are on. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Pressure all round. Lofted high and long. It's going out in center field. The point is given and the glove is taken and the out is awarded. Mikey McDonald taking that one out there for out number 3. Nevertheless, a stronger inning for the Cannons than the Breakers. 1 hit, 3 runs and 1 left on base for the Cannons. 1 error charged to the Tayport Breakers. But at this point, of course, this is the unofficial scoring coming from commentator, but we'll just do a little check over in the official lineup, and yep, that was a reach base on error as well. When we come back, Tayport will be 3 runs down in the top of the second, looking for their first run. And it'll be David Farr, Juan Suarez, and Stefan Voina on the hunt for that. Ewan Spence here for Baseball Scotland behind the microphone. Reuben Hustler in the truck doing the production. And you out there watching, link, like, love, share, subscribe. All the usuals. Help us boost the channel, help more people find us, and help grow baseball in Scotland. Top of the second here at the Bobby Thompson Memorial Field as the Tayport Breakers are welcomed by the Edinburgh Cannons. Farr, Suarez and Voina for the Breakers. You 1, 2, 3 here. Stell continues to pitch as that one's felled fast and hard over into the car park. It's can you recognize what the car is? That rolls underneath a small VW, I think. The round badge at the back giving it away. Stell still pitching, Dunn still catching. No changes to the defensive lineup so far. That one heads wide to the outside. 1-1. Stell sending another one wide. The wind has died down a little bit here. Of course, wind is pretty much a guaranteed throughout the season here in Scotland. Navigating that is just as much of a skill as navigating the batters. Little snick on the bat there. Snickometer needed for cricket, but we've got a microphone just underneath that. So count goes equal high, 2-2. Farr is on a 267 for the season. Stell gets that one, but coming in a little bit high. So let's fill up the count once more. 2 walks from full counts by Stell in the game so far. And there's another one. Ball 4. And opening batter becomes the opening runner. Reaching base on the full count. Juan Suarez, first base for the Breakers. Coming in now 160 for the season. As always, Scottish 2-step. Step 1's get on base. And strike one comes in, and step two is to get yourself up to second. So Edward Farr will be waiting for the opportunity. Not leading the breakers in steals, but option is always out. A little grounder bouncer. Del Rosario picks that up in short, goes over to second base. There's one. Throw it down first is Silverberg. There's two. Double play from the Cannons. Grounder goes up there from Suarez. And Del Rosario stops that. Tiny, tiny little moment of indecision from physics, but then snapped over to Pujols at second for the force out. And then rifle to Silverberg. Straight in the glove, out number two. So, Lanterne Rouge now for the Breakers. Stefan Voyna. Little grounder, box on the ground. Pujols comes in from second, picks that up. It's a gentler toss over to Silverberg, but it's the same result as previously. It's out number three, and top of the second, and the Breakers are retired in order. 7, 8, 9, going out on a double play, and then a grounder. No hits, no runs, none left on base, no errors charged to the Cannons. In a short order after going 3 runs up. You'd say that's just what the Cannons ordered. When we come back, it's going to be the bottom of the order for the Cannons as well. Their 8, 9, 10 is Kit Searle, Alex Pujols, and Rory Dunn. Bottom of the second here in Edinburgh. The Edinburgh Cannons 3, Tayport Breakers 0, and the Cannons have the chance now to build that lead here in the bottom of the second with Kit Searle, Alex Pujols, and Rory Dunn, the 1, 2, 3. Searle is opening up. If the game goes long, expect to see him in relief for pitching as we go through, but right now he's looking to make an impact on the season's batting statistics. Just a .83 so far. Lofts that one to go there, base hit, drops in the gap in right centre field. And that, just what the stats line would have ordered. Lead-off single. Alex Pujols, just having done the turn on that double play in the top of the second, has a chance to build on that himself now. 292 for the season. There's a very slow looping. Let's keep you honest over there. At first from Shin Lai, continuing to pitch into the second. Runner goes for the steal, throws off target from catcher David Farr, so Searle's going to slide underneath that one comfortably and put himself in a scoring position up at second base. One shaken off. Quiet acceptance on the second. Goes inside. A little bit of a high loop release on that one. Ball curving down. Disengaged to look back at second base, but well, he does keep the ball in hand. Line drive foul down the third base line. At the speed. The Witten Dyke looks to have that covered. So we all settle back in again. Breakers 0, Cannons 3. No outs as yet, runner at second. Searle is taking a strong lead out there at second as well. That one goes to the inside but finds the zone. Feels just a little note of acknowledgement there as the count goes equal high. No outs, runner at second. Steal is on. Searle heads down to third. And that's going to be a successful steal. Farwell holds the position there on the ball. So double steal following the single for Searle, puts him 90 feet away from run number 4. Peels on a full count. Watches that go into the ground for ball 4. So, no outs. Runners at the corners. Cannons already up by 3. Putting the pressure on the team that is 1.5 games ahead of them at the top of the table. Catch a row redone. Comes in now. Time call just to switch over Pearl's helmet, actually. Just go take off the batting helmet and go for the running helmet. Goes with the cap. There's a steal on from first up to second. Pearls will make that comfortably far. Just aware of Searle sitting up there at third base. So, 2 in a scoring position. No outs. Dunn has a number of strategic options available to him now. It's going to be a line drive foul down the third baseline as well. At the height to get over Ethan Dyke at third base. Paul Gardner out to cover though in the field, so Dunn gets the chance to go again. Not one on the count. That's an assessment there on which baseball lie is happy to throw down. Not one. Goes 1-1. Equal look. Climbs that to 2-1. Foul pop up. It's out of bounds territory. Equal high. Cannons captain Steve Silverite just wanting to have word with Paul Gonvoy, just questioning and more checking in on the opinions on the stance that Shin Lai has on the mound. Everybody comfortable after the point conversation. We're back into play. 2-2's low ground chopper. That's going to have to come in from that one, and it's a stumble there from Ethan Dyke. Has to come in from third base to get quietly chopped with no speed on it. Contact from Dunn, and that loads up the bases. Wait for the official scoring decision on that one. I'm going to stick it down as a single here on the card until I hear otherwise. And that's going to be scored as a fielding error and done as we go back to the top of the batting order and Jack Vickerman. And there's one, so it's going to be discussed later on when they get home. Of course, it's one of the advantages for the players on both sides to have our videos as a scoring aid, so lots of value here. No outs, bases loaded. Another ball comes in. Nice turn. Try and pitch out of a bases loaded jam. probably trying to force me to explain what a noble tiger is. No, it's bases loaded. And then try and work out how it fits tiger. The team banning not getting any runs. Situationally though, got a full count with the bases loaded. Cannons up by 3. Breakers still looking for their first run. And that's a line drive, just escapes Ethendike, so it's everybody's going to run round. Sell's going to make it 1 run over the plate. Everybody else is going to stay with the 90 feet, that one there. Just enough pace and clip on the ball there from Vickerman. Lofts that just over Ethendike, can't get the full stretch out there. And that's going to be an RBI single. Run number 4 comes home. Wheels moves up to 3rd, done to 2nd. And Jack Vickerman gets himself on to 1st. As we get an umpire meeting at the Mavish Lai, Paul Convoy, our home plate umpire, and Justin Grant out in the field. And with that conversation, go back in again. Even Hernandez drew a walk in the 1st inning and got 360 feet of base path running to be the first run for the Cannons. Cannons now 4 ahead of the still to score Breakers. Hernandez leans back to get ahead in the count, 1-0. It's fouled up and over.
He looks like he's in pain. You okay?
1-1, count goes equal low. Bases loaded, no outs. Hernandez leaves that one. Two and one coming through. Contact made, but it's foul. Line drive towards the trunk of the tree. Let's take that equal high then, 2 and 2. And his dugout, keeping themselves limber. Swing and a miss. And that's going to be the first out. And the first strikeout for Shin Lai in the game. Okay, so Barrios also took a walk in the 1st inning. Already around the order here in the 2nd. Twitch keeps the bat on the shoulder, but it's in the strike zone, so strike called. 1 away. Fouled up, high up and over again. Nowhere near the car park. If we had a 3rd deck here for the crowd, we probably would have made it. Of course, we would have needed a 2nd deck and a 1st deck. And some bleachers before we can build up that high. Everybody settles back in again. Bases loaded, 1 away. left to go to the outside. Ball to the outside again. Molly taking a comical sit down on the mound as we're equal high. Two and two on the board. It's a fast swing, pushes it foul. And the baseball exchange routine. Well, there's the game ball retired and going into the practice bucket. And somewhere the treasures of Edinburgh baseball. It's the home team that's supplying the balls. Is only going right. Let's see if we can find a sponsor for that one, if you wouldn't mind, Ewan. Contact high. It's going into center field. Who's underneath it? It's going to bounce in front of McDonald's. So 90 feet's taken. And a base hit there from Adiso Barrios and RBI into the bargain as Alex Pujols gets himself home there. Fly ball there from Barrios. Out to the center field. Wind playing a little bit of havoc as well as it just falls out of reach of Mickey McDonald. So one more run on the board. Bases remain loaded. We're redone now. The 90 feet away. And Miguel Del Rosario with a 2 RBI double in the first is now into bat.
Wait your pitch now, wait your pitch now. 81 out, okay?
Holds that one check on the shoulders, but it's going to be the strike anyway. See there the dust coming in as the wind blows in heavily from second base and the outfield towards home. 1 and 2 on the count. One away so far. Pitch comes down. Line drive, bounces at the feet of Ethan Dyke as the run comes in from Dunn. It's going to make that home in time. So, smart hit ball goes towards Ethan Dyke, but not able to pounce on that one. Bounces at the feet. It's going to bring Rory Dunn home for the third run in the inning. Bases remain loaded. Jack Fickham in the third, Adiso Barrios the first, and Del Rosario with the single on that one. Just waiting to see what the official score will award Del Rosario on that one, but for now, Rocky Sue, DH, comes in just now. Ball escapes away from far towards the backstop, but not a lot of distance coming through there. Del Rosario is going to be credited with the fielder's choice on that one. Here reached on error in the first inning. Although arguably nice a little sacrifice there, which did bring trying to bring one home, but didn't there. Strike called. Bases remain loaded. Cannons comfortably in control of the bottom of the second inning as well as the bottom of the first. 3 runs so far in each. And this is a lengthy inning for the Breakers to stay in defense. Trying to order at the top of the second. Little grounder goes out from Sue, heads up, it's picked up to fourth, and it's underarm to second for the force. And with that, side is retired. And at the end of all that, 3 hits coming down there for the Cannons. 3 runs on the board as well. On paper here for this commentator, it's going to be 1 hour charge to the Breakers. And when we come back, it's going to be top of the order for the Breakers. Gardner, Lai, and Dyke. Going into the top of the third here. And we just got some paperwork to catch up on here. Rory Dunn was actually called out at home to the bottom of the second. So it's Edinburgh Cannons. 5 runs in total. Tayport Breakers looking to get off the nil score if possible. I certainly feel that they can do that. And we've got a regulation 7 to get through. We've only played through 2 at the moment, so plenty of options and time for playing baseball here. The Cannons with a 5-run lead. They put their stamp on the game. 2 innings though, and 1 hour and a minute played. It's going to be a long one. So to the top of the order, Paul Gardner, Shane Lai, and Ethan Dyke. No changes for the Cannons defense. Garrett Stell will be pitching. Well, Gardner struck out looking in the first. First inning, it was 3 strikeouts for Stell. 2 walks and a hit by pitch in between. Strike 2 there. Gardner was the first of those 3 strikeouts. And now we're at foul outer action, so take your pick on where we're going to go. Pitch comes down. High and wide. Ball 4. Gardner, the opening batter, is your opening base runner for the Tayport Breakers. Pitcher time. Chinian Lai drew the walk when he received in the first inning. Garrett Stell, when he was on the other side, flew out to center. So it's 1 each in the pitcher battle. Situationally, Paul Gardner at first, no outs as yet. Little grounder goes past the mound. Delrosario is going to pick that up at short. He goes for the underarm toss, goes out and tries to do the trick throw back. And that's unsuccessful. Rough ground out there on the shortstop towards second area. Rosario stopping it. Going for the underarm throw, but the balance not there. So a line of fielder's choice. And Gardner up to second. Welcoming now Ethan Dyke. Drew a walk in the first. As that one goes wide and away. Dyke batting left-handed. Breakers chasing down that 5-run lead. Starting out the third inning strongly. Sent low by Stell there for another ball. Check swing in the zone though. Strike called. Everybody clear? Let's play ball. Equal high count. Runners to first and second. No outs as yet for the Breakers here in the top of the third. Breakers 0, Cannons 5 on the scoreline. Wild pitch to the outside there as well. Still just working hard to get the pitch locations. Not quite coming yet. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Take your strike 3 called. There's one away and K4 for Stell. It's another full count. And both team managers will be aware, as will Stell and Lai, of that 100 pitch count. Stell hit the 100 pitches playing the when the Cannons played the Breakers. And the top of the 5th. There's the throw up to third to steal. It's not going to be in time. So we're runners to the corners. Curtin getting a successful if panicky steal at the end. So yes, and the Cannons drove up to play the Breakers, and they were the visiting team. Snell 5.1 pitched before hitting the 100. So the pitch count will be climbing with all of these full counts. I'm expecting that it would be Kit Searle coming in as relief, just as it did at the end of the month. Not there yet, though. It's golf swing at the bottom there for Luis Marino. One away, runners at the corners. Belt high inside. Pitch by pitch. Moment by moment, play by play. The baseball has no memory. Catches the outside. And with that, Marino heads back to the bench. And Stell collects his 5th punch. So 2 away, 2 runners on at first and third. Patrick Triumph in now. Struck out swinging in the first. And that wind continues to play around the diamond here in Edinburgh. Swing to foul. Bounces around the grass. 2 away so far. Gardner led off, took the walk, line full over the fielder's choice. And Snell comes back into the inning as he did in the first. No bang bang. One out left to find here in the third. And it comes foul. Everybody reset, let's do it again. Signal given from home plate umpire. It's going to go wide. And the ball, Shem forgets. Another look at Snell's pitch. Chops that foul, stays alive for another one.
3 times. I've never done that before.
And ball, 2 strikes.
One more.
Breakers 0, Cannons 5 here in the top of the third. Runners at first and third, 2 away. Count goes equal high, 2 and 2. Swing and a miss, punch there for strike 3. And 6 strikeouts over 3 innings so far for Snell. Conscious of the pitch count. Cannons will be looking to keep him in as long as possible. No hits for the Breakers, no runs produced, and 2 left on base. No errors charged to the Cannons. And it's going to be Tayport Breakers 0, Edinburgh Cannons 5. As Cannons bench get ready to send up Silverberg, Stell, and Searle. There's a tongue twister in there when we come back for the bottom of the third. Ewan Spence in the mic, Reuben Hustle in the truck. BaseballScotland.co.uk, and here on YouTube, link, like, love, share, and subscribe. Bottom of the third here in Edinburgh. Tayport Breakers have been held by the Edinburgh Cannons. Tayport 0, Cannons 3, Cannons 5. 3 in the first inning, 2 in the second. Silverberg, Stell, and Searle to lead off, and it's popped up high by Silverberg. Shinian live pitcher underneath that one, calls that, and there's out number 1. We return to pitcher. Stell receiving this time. Flew out to center in the first. Here in the third. Look for the next man. 1 away though so far. Live pitching to the inside there for ball 1. Temperature in the wind all swirling around. Being changeable. Little grinder picked up there. It's going to be a run in there from Reuben on the shortstop, but it's going to get past and pushed into the outfield. Grinder base hit for Stell. And the Cannons are underway with their first base runner. Kit Searle, single to open up the second inning. Coming in left-handed and has been known to reach the fences, but with the wind coming in from the outfield to in, the outfielders will be aware that the balls can simply die and drop straight off, and so watches as Stell goes for the steal. Seriously, I mean, Searle watches Stell for a steal. Oh, don't give me too much of a fast-paced inning for that one, would you please? Thank you very much. Stell up to scoring position. Comes in, check swing. Good eye, gets the ball. Still staying close to the bag. Just a little bit. 8 to 10 feet at most. Goes for the steal though. Line drive, goes up towards second, picked up there by Schramm, down to first. It's going to be off target and it's called out. Mansoura is on the stretch at first base. And our outfield umpire Justin Grant making the call. Ewan comes in once more. Still underway in. Got the steal to third base. Searle is the second out in the bottom of the third. On the 4-3 as Alex Peel steps in now. Drew walk in the second before coming around to run number 5. Leads back for ball 1. Stahl at third base. 2 away. Breakers 0, Cannons 5. Swing and a miss. Peel's threatening to do the full pirouette there, but catching himself after about 200 degrees there. Pops that one up high, staying over the play, and it's David Farr makes that for out number 3 and the side retired. Short inning for the Cannons. And that will be what the Breakers were needing. Get themselves back in for the 4th. 1 hit, but no run production. And 1 left on base. No errors charged to Breakers defense as they managed to get their first 0 on the Cannons card. Coming up for Tayport Breakers, top of the 4th, will be Mikey McDonald, David Farr, and Juan Suarez when we come back.
We got Cannons, 1, 2, 3.
And we are back with strike 1 on Mikey McDonald. David Farr on deck and Juan Suarez in the hole for your 1, 2, 3 to open up. Top of the 4th here, Breakers 0, Cannons 5. No changes on the defense that I can see at the moment. Your weather for this 32nd slice of the game is sunny and no wind. This will be rapidly replaced
1 ball. 2 balls, 1 strike.
with a little bit of swirling, and we'll see what comes on for the rest of the game. We'll avoid looking behind me for the dark clouds as we get our count going equal high. 2 and 2 for Mikey McDonald. Struck out swinging to Snell to end the first. Ground to that one. Snell picks it up. Has a look over for Silverberg. Gets in range for the easy toss underarm. 1-3. The first out. Snell deciding to take a few paces. Going for the gentler toss. Thought before that if you throw too hard here and you overshoot your first base, you are fouling out of bounds territory rather quickly. And that awards an extra base to all the base runners. So the caution there coming from Snell. David Farr now, drew a walk in the second. One away for the Breakers. Snell sends down and sees a check swing coming from Farr. Gets the ball. Decision made. Outside low corner.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Hefty swing and a miss. And that's far up as well. Seventh strikeout for Stal. And we put up 11 the last time he faced the Breakers over 5 1/3 inning. On Suarez now. Second half of the double play, the closed out the second inning. No base runners as yet. For Suarez and Voina. In the second inning, it was a 1-2-3 inning. Nugget McDonald for Suarez, threatening to do the same. Swing and a miss, rung up, and that threat has come true. That's a retired in order. Ground out, strikeout, strikeout. And the Cannons defense holds steady. Tayport Breakers 0, Edinburgh Cannons 5. And when we come back, it'll be Rory Dunn, Jack Vickerman, and Ewan Hernandez to bat. Bottom of the fourth, or as we like to do it, the slap bang in the middle of the regulation 7. Rory Dunn, Jack Vickerman, and Ewan Hernandez for the Edinburgh Cannons. We've got a 5-run lead of the Tayport Breakers, who've still to score. Breakers 1.5 games ahead of the Cannons at the top of the Scottish National Baseball League at the AAA level. Strike one on Dunn. One defensive change for the Tayport Breakers. Paul Gardner comes out of left field, and it's Jack Humphreys going in there. Just a straight switch going on there. Looping one from Shinyin Lai there. And that's going to be a fly up to outfield, and it's a catch there from center fielder Mickey McDonald for out number 1. So 1 away. Lantern Rouge flying out there to center for Rory Dunn. And we'll come back top of the order, Jack Vickerman. So 1 for 2 game, RBI single in the second. Opened up with the fly ball to right field in the first. So we're here in the fourth. Curveball down the bottom outside corner. Swing and a miss.
Defend on 2 strikes now.
Contact there, drops in the gap out in left field. Humphreys comes in to get that one, but Vickerman will just take the single. Vickerman sings Maxon straight away after being substituted in. Sorry, Humphreys substituted in. Vickerman's been there the whole time, gets his second one of the game. Let me try that run at that one again. Humphreys gets the look at a ball as he's immediately substituted in out there in left field. Vickerman will take the single. Doesn't push for the extra base, but we'll be watching for the Scottish two-step now. There we go. Steal is on. Farr throws it up from the catch position. It's on target, but a little slow. And Vickerman is going to get in there, standing up to second base. Farr snaps the throw up in time, but just not a huge amount of pace in the ball. Also, we got to remember the wind's blowing in as well, so you're throwing into the wind. So Vickerman up in the scoring position. And to the plate, even Hernandez, a walk. The swinging strikeout in the game so far. Breakers 0, Cannons 5. No white. One away so far here in the bottom of the fourth. That's left, but it's another slow in the bottom of the zone from Lai. It's high and inside. Ball 3. Reuben staying close to the second bag. And as I say, that takes a few steps towards third. Grounder goes up, shortstop picks that up there. Luis Marino throws that over to first base. Juan Suarez is going to be there. I'm just going to wait for the call. Vickerman gets down to third. And that's going to be the enthusiasm from Hernandez there. That is going to be 6-3 out first base. Brings Vickerman 90 feet away from home at third, but 2 away. Tiso Barrios walking an RBI single. And Ian Lai just waiting for the call from catcher David Farr. Sends a looping high. Refuses to dive down towards the zone. Barrios leaves that one hanging, avoids the pop and fly. Hard and ground towards the foul tree, down the third base line. Two and one. Line drive goes on, bounces away from Luis Marino. It's short, brings Vickerman home. There's one. It's just going to go for the single and the RBI. So Barrios with his second RBI single of the game. Goes towards Luis Marino, bounces underneath the arm. Again, we'll just lean down and wait for the official score on that one. Barrios is going to be awarded the single and the RBI. So that's Tayport Breakers 0 and Cannons 6. Here in the bottom of the fourth of a regulation 7. Miguel Del Rosario. Double and a fielder's choice on the card. The steal is on. Barrios heads up to second. Farr decides against the throw. Actually does a toss up. More to keep everybody honest at second rather than any full attempt for the out. Barrios takes the steal to second. Rosarios, one teammate in scoring position. Run steal comes down from second to third. Barrios is going to make that comfortably. Single steal and steal puts him 90 feet away. Del Rosario, 3 RBI in the game so far. One goes to the outside. So let me just roll back and see. But in a second does get the RBI. It's 2 RBI so far. Ah, yes, because scoring changed over from a single for me to a fielder's choice. Oh, fast line drive, finds the gap, base hit, goes out into left centre field. And there's our next run comes over. Another one on the board. They can be making it earlier in this inning. Barrios, after a single and 2 steals, finds the easy 90 feet. Rosario does get his 3rd RBI there. Smart line drive, the gap between 3rd and short. Marcus Yu, the 8 steps in now. Reach an error and a ground out on his batter's card for today. Steal is on. First up to second, Del Rosario is going to complete the 2-step. Runs through and leans toward 3rd, but leans back again and just stays at 2nd. Wind comes through and a little bit of cold temperature in that wind coming through now. Strong ground from the left centre field now, down towards base. I'm sure it'll move round later. Pitch comes down, line drive. It's going to be a base hit. That rolls out in left field, and there's the turn at 3rd as Del Rosario makes it home. From 2nd to 3rd, and the turn stays at full speed. And that's going to be run number 3 for the inning. And run number 8 for the game. Marcus Hugh gets himself an RBI single in there as well. Steve Silverberg, ground out and pop out so far. Just looking here to see if we're getting a pitching change being put in. It's going to be a uniform check. So we'll just take a small moment here. And we'll be back with you in a moment. Tayport Breakers 0, Edinburgh Cannons 8.
Because the foot coming back, and he was like.
And back with our pitcher change now as we welcome in Ethan Dyke. And we'll just check to see. I believe that's going to be just a shuffling around of the outfield. Runner goes for the steal. Hugh comes up from 1st up to 2nd. The throw is there, but it's goes underneath and away from the glove. So Hugh is called safe and waits for the time to be called. Do we have Ethan, or have we got Patrick coming in there? So we have Patrick Schrempf in for Banning. Apologies to Ethan, are we possibly seeing him later? There's a straight swap out at 2nd base. Shinian Lai going out, falling back to 2nd. Patrick Schrempf coming into pitch. And that's going to be a low bop towards 3rd. Silverberg will take that. Glance down at the paperwork. Nobody do anything exciting while I do this bit, folks. So it is the walk for Silverberg. He goes to the steal up to second, and there's a little ground that goes in, so somebody's going to have to come in at third. It looks around, and Dyke getting a little bit of a brain fade to throw home to throw first, and ends up throwing nowhere at all.
Heads up, base running, Steve.
And then all of that, we'll Steve Silverberg taking the walk previously. As that one heads a backstop, as I said before, it's a close in backstop. Here comes over for another brace previously. Estelle singles back to the pitcher. Silverberg on third, Stell at first. Kit Sarl in now. It's another one going towards the backstop. Sarl is the ninth batter faced by the Breakers in the inning. Leans back and lets that one float past. Walk is taken, and that loads the bases. So 2 outs so far. Inside and low. Alex Puyol's in now, a walk, and he pop up. One slides to the outside there. Patrick Schramm pitching. Goes inside. Another wild pitch towards the backstop. Breakers save potentially there by the closeness of the temporary backstop here in Edinburgh. Four on the board in this inning so far. This is to Tayport Cannons 9. Inside, ball 4, and that walks in run number 10. So it is the RBI walk for Pujols. As we go around the order, Rory Dunn opened up the 4th inning, flying out to centre field. He returns, 2 outs, bases loaded. Trev does a hefty inside. Bases loaded, 2 away. Cannons in control, looking to extend. That's another wild pitch. Looking to zero in on the zone, not finding it yet. Outside low corner there. Brings it in on that one. 2 away. Base is loaded. That one goes behind Dunn. Batting right-handed. Moment taken. Pitch comes. To the outside, and a walk is drawn. Barrett Snell brings himself home. Snell to third, pulls to second. Dunn to first. That's 11 on the board so far. Bases remain loaded as we're back to the top of the order. Jack Vickerman singled earlier in this inning. And he's on a 2 for 3 game so far. Outside high in the corner there. And the Cannons are just keeping the bats on the shoulders. And Shramp do all the work here as that ball 3 goes well behind. And it's another ball drawn. It's another run pushed over. Brings Kit Searle home.
Paul, I got to change.
Yep.
Jose's going to bat for Ivan now.
Like the score on
So pinch hitter coming in there. Ivan Hernandez will be coming out. And coming in we have
Jose Gonzalez for Ivan Hernandez.
Wilson Zal coming in a pinch hit. We'll wait to see on the defensive change. Hernandez was up at third. Let's do the backstop there. I do think this is actually Shramp's first start. So this is not his first start, but this is Shramp's first pitching in the AAA this year. Bases remain loaded. It's the feet, and everybody moves round another 90 feet. So that brings Alex Pujols home for the Cannons. It's on to third, Vickerman is second. Gonzalez there, reaching first. Diesel Barrios now. We're just going to check back there. Gonzalez is getting that as a walk on the card. And the Cannons bats are just staying on the shoulder. Framf works through the arm. Strike found there. Piso Barrios. A walk, a single and a single. And he'll add a walk to that as well. That brings in Rory Dunn. Bases remain loaded. And important to note here, and score check called for by the umpire. Everybody looking to stay on top of things. We've got 14 on the card here. And the reason for the score check there from our home plate umpire Paul Convoy is that we do have a run differential rule. That kicks in at 15. I'll need to check the rule book. I believe it's at the end of the 5th. So we'll see where we go after that one. Of course, that rule's only going to kick in if we get another score coming over. Del Rosario is in now. Five consecutive walks from Patrick Shav. That one goes behind. Behind the pitcher, that is. Bases remain loaded with 2 outs for the Cannons. And that one heads to the outside. And another walk is drawn, and critically, that puts run number 15, Jack Vickerman, across home plate. So the Cannons, no matter what, will have a chance to pitch for the match in the top of the 5th. Our run differential rule of 15 is now in effect. As that's thrown behind Rocky Sue, reach on error, ground out, and RBI single so far. And the walks are running up. And these are all RBIs as well. As that throws inside and low. Wind picks up just to complicate matters further. Now reaches the outside corner. Rookie Sue with an RBI single down between third and short. The count builds up again in the Cannons' favour. It's ball 4. Hands around one more. Jose Gonzalez is the RBI walked in.
You're going to go in at second base. Alex, he'll hit for you now. He's going to hit for you. If you come up, he'll take your spot.
So we'll be looking at position change for the sound of it, and Makarowski gets ready to pitch hit as we go down the order. Alex Pujals is about 4 batters away. And just while Breakers look to be doing another change, we'll take a short break and we'll be back with you in a moment. Welcome back as we have a pitcher change here. We welcome in Jack Humphreys, and Patrick Schramm will be doing a straight switch out in the left field position with Jack. Steve Silverberg is into bat for the Cannons. Space is loaded. Rocky Sue on first, Miguel Del Rosario on second, and Ediso Barrios on third. Garrett Stell's on deck. Gets it on the hole. That one bounces to the inside. Through the changes. As we have on the paper here. Defensive lineup now for the Breakers. Patrick Schramm, Mikey McDonald and Stefan Voyne. Left, centre, right at the top. Someone comes inside. Silverberg leans back and will take his walk. Brings one more over for the Cannons. Shortstop for Breakers remains Luis Marino. 3-2-1, it's going to be Ethan Dyke, Shinyin Lai, Juan Suarez at first, Lai at second, Dyke at third. David Farr remains catching, and Jack Humphreys is pitching. Base is loaded. So that one goes past David Farr and into the netting. Garrett Stellar pitcher. Using his second pitcher this inning. Stell, a flyer, a single, and a single so far. Humphreys. All to the inside. And another walk is issued. Stell heads up to first. And brings in Del Rosario. So it's going to be a rookie here at third, Silverberg at second, Stell and first, as we have Kit Searle batting left-handed. Keeps the bat on the shoulder. Another ball comes through. Comes in, grounder goes up towards first. He gets out of the glove of Juan Suarez, and that's going to bring in Rocky Sue. So it's going to be a reach on error on that one for an E3. Sue heads round, gets through on, bases remain loaded. Alex Pools is staying on the bench as we have pinch hitter coming in. It's Philip Makarowski. It's fouled up and over. Makarowski 316 for the season. And lifts that one into the gap just behind second and short. Line drive base hit. Maskarowski will take the RBI. Cannons putting in a number of runs above the 15 mark. So those the Breakers are going to have to try and get past. And so we go round the order. As we welcome back for a third plate appearance in this inning. Very done. That's curled in inside high. Two away, bases remain loaded. Cannons comfortably in control and over the run differential limit. Dunn decides to play ultimate frisbee with his glove. Jack Vickerman is on deck. Dunn flew out his first appearance in this inning. And then drew a walk after that. Second time round. Third time round, draws a walk as well. That's going to be an RBI walk. Garrett Stell is brought home. And we go back to the top of the order. Jack Vickerman. Strike called on him. Jack Humphreys. In the pitching, David Farr. He's down there. Bases are loaded. They've been for some time now. That one goes wide and low. Everybody's focus in a game like this, or in moments like this, must remain high. Opportunities will be there on both sides. Vickerman, nope, takes the walk. Brings in Kit Searle, who's a reach on error. Jose Gonzalez and the pinch hitter for Reuben Hernandez with his second appearance now. RBI walk. In fact, no, we have another pinch hitter coming in there. Is that we welcome in Adam Fortune Smith. Bases loaded, 2 away. Tayport Breakers looking for the final out in this inning. Count is equal high. And that comes in high, everybody ducks down. And the count is full, so all the lights are on. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bases loaded. And it's called strike 3. And Adam Fortune Smith heads back to the dugout. And I think with that little run there, somebody may be on for buying the first round of drinks in the post-match. So an inning to which the Cannons dominated and blew the game apart and then carried on. 17 runs put on the board. And I will just go through the rest of the numbers shortly. And when we come back, the Cannons will have a chance to pitch for the game. And it will be Stefan Voina, Jack Humphreys and Chinian Lai that will need to dig in. They'll need to find 7 to tie up to avoid the runoff. So when we come back, Tayport Breakers 0, Edinburgh Cannons 22. Welcome back here to the Bobby Thompson Memorial Field here in Edinburgh. It's the top of the table clash as the Tayport Breakers have journeyed through Fife and into Lothian to be welcomed by the Edinburgh Cannons. Well, the run differential does apply, so it's very, very simple. Breakers need to find 7 in this innings to extend the match. Cannons, they can find the 3 outs. Will catch up on the team ahead of them. Tayport Breakers coming in with an 8-0 record. Cannons behind them in the league in second place on a 7-2, 1.5 games back. So it's a chance for the Cannons to close down the lead in the league standings. Higher the seed, the more chance you have of home field advantage when we get to the postseason. And the wind throws up again. It's a 1-2 count. Stell came into here on 77 pitches. 23 left on the count. And that strikes out 1. Stefan Voina. K9. Just one in the last inning. You might remember that. And Voina was the Liner Rouge. So we're back to the top of the order. And it is Jack Humphreys up there. Swing and a miss. Gets the piece on it. Humphreys still looking for his first hit in the league. This is having played all the way since April. It's not 2 count. Swing and a miss. Punch number 12. 8, 9, 10. Number 10. Still punched out 11 when he faced the Breakers previously. Putting up 11 in this game. Would be game. Swing and a miss and strike 1. Chinian Lai, a walk and a fielder's choice in the game so far. But it's 2 away for the Breakers, down to their last out here. That's going to be fouled off. Scrappy contact made, but down we go. Not in 2. So, Stell with his first chance to hurl for the match. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And that's your final out in the 5th, and with the run differential rule kicking in, that's your final out in the game as well. Game that the Edinburgh Cannons put a stamp on quickly in the bottom of the 1st and extended that before a trademark explosive opening put the game out of reach of the Tayport Breakers. Breakers lose their undefeated record in the league, dropping now to 8-1. Cannons getting closer, having played 1 extra game there on 8-2, so just half a game back as we head into July and August in the Baseball Scotland AAA League. And of course we have September for our postseason as well. We'll be having 3 rounds of postseason this year. If you want to get involved, get in touch, keep up to date with all the scores and everything else, baseballscotland.co.uk for all your details and needs. We're on Facebook. Many of the teams are on Facebook and Instagram as well. And of course, if you're watching us on YouTube, the link, like, love, share, and subscribes as usual. Your final score there: Tayport Breakers 0, Edinburgh Cannons 22. Ewan Spence here, Reuben hustling the truck. I'll haste you back.